Hey, what up everybody? Steve Breach coming to you. Third shot at this video. Keep having the run-ins all over the place as we're getting ready to leave. Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I've always loved the guy. I've always thought that every single one of his matches on pay-per-view were always worth the money. And there's only WrestleMania 25, honestly, that really sticks out in my mind as a match that I never really want to see again from the guy. He's always been able to tell a good story. He's always been able to connect with me. He's just that guy that draws me in. And it's not like I see myself in Triple H or anything like that, but he's just the guy that really, really connects with me and I really, really like. Now, the McMahon family drama that they're running right now with him being married to Stephanie and them taking over the company, I honestly really don't see Vince McMahon ever leaving WWE. I think he's going to be there until his dying days. I don't think Vince believes in retirement. I think that Vince thinks WWE is a baby like one of his kids, and he wants to raise it to the point of it can get as big as it ever could get. I think even if WWE took a nosedive the next couple of years and just went into the oblivion, I don't even think he'd want to give it up. I think he'd still want to believe that he could make it what it once was, and that he's the guy that could do it. I mean, the rumor that is out there right now is that Vince McMahon is going to name somebody for Triple H to face at WrestleMania, and that's going to be for the sake of the company over who's going to be in charge. Let's say Triple H does win this match, and he is the guy that takes control. There's no way in the world I see Vince McMahon walking away. I think that if they ever get into a rut like they did last October, when a big superstar like John Cena gets hurt, I still see Vince as that guy who's going to pop out on the stage. The No Chance in Hell music is going to pop, and everybody's going to get on Twitter or whatever social media's big at the time and say, hey, everybody turn over to Monday Night Raw. Fucking Vince is out. And that's going to make a huge pop in ratings. I think it would be able to, splurge them for the next couple of weeks. And I think Vince is always going to think he's the guy that could go out there and fix it because it's always worked before. There's very few guys that are out there that could step up and take this spot for Triple H to wrestle at WrestleMania. Triple H has always had big, high-profile matches that, always slip him into that, not in the main event, but right under the semi-main, I guess is what they call it. No chance in the world that's going to be anywhere near the mid-card. I mean, Triple H is never going to position himself that's where it's going to be. And for Vince McMahon to put somebody out there in storyline and not fight this fight himself, even though he's the age he is, I know he has the ego that believes he could beat Triple H, is kind of restless. I mean, what if, the guy goes out there and pulls a Kevin Nash finger poke of doom and just lays down and Triple H is in charge and Vince loses everything. The Armageddon 99 show is one of my favorite Triple H, not even Triple H, one of my favorite Vince McMahon matches. Vince McMahon has a lot of good matches. He goes out there, gives everything he can. He's not the best wrestler in the world, but he gets the shit kicked out of him for 30 minutes. And excluding the Stephanie match, I haven't seen the Zach Gowen match in a long time, but I'm trying to think that that's better than I think it is off the top of my head. I know the Stephanie McMahon match is garbage, and that's a match that I wish I would never see again, but every wrestler out there has a match like that. And Vince is the guy that gives us 100% every time he's out there. I understand he went out there with CM Punk and beat the hell out of each other with Singapore Canes last October. I'm sure Vince has one last match left in the tank, and especially for it to be at WrestleMania 30. I know that WrestleMania 30 isn't a big number like 20 or 25 or 50, WrestleMania 100. But I mean, it's got to be some sort of monumental status. I mean, who thought they'd ever be watching WrestleMania 30? I mean, when I was watching as a kid and they would do the Roman numeral gimmick and it got up to 9, 10, 12, no way in the world I ever thought it would go this far. I mean, I didn't really think wrestling would last forever. I don't know what I thought was going to happen to it, but WrestleMania 30, fuck. The first guy I want to cross off the list, no way in the world Triple H is going to be wrestling Curtis Axel. I don't even think Curtis Axel, he's going to be on the roster, but there's no chance in hell he's going to be having a WrestleMania match. He won't even be on the card. No 8-man, no 10-man tag is going to save him. F that. It's done. Now, The first match I'm going to throw out there is the match that nobody wants to see. Not even me. The one guy that makes the most sense, storyline-wise, right now, to wrestle Triple H for Vince McMahon is Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has been the guy ever since he got there. He's only there for the money. He's there to fight, but he's not going to fight for free. And if there's a storyline where Vince McMahon is going to give him a stake of the company or a stake of the stock, or he's just going to have an S-load of money, Brock would take that fight. And we would have Brock versus Triple H 4, right? SummerSlam, Mania, Extreme Rules, Mania again. Nobody wants to see that, but it is the one thing that makes sense. CM Punk's out there. We've seen the CM Punk for Triple H match. I think he was shotgunned together so fast that I don't even think it really counts or anybody really remembers it. And plus, at the next pay-per-view, I think they were a tag team at the Night of Champions show, so that's another one that I don't think it was horrible, but I just don't remember it that well. And if that whole thing could have been done better with maybe the Kevin Nash match versus CM Punk, which is a match I still think people want to see today, only for the one reason that they never got to see it, just to see what would have happened. It would have been fun. But, Brock's the one guy on the roster. I mean, there's not any big-name heels that are believable that Vince McMahon would put the faith of his company in. The only other person that I can think of is that, Vince is going to have to go get somebody that was a WWE, I guess you can say, legend, even though he hasn't been gone that long and he wasn't around forever, is the man returning, Batista. I would love to see Big Dave take this spot. And Big Dave's been gone for a while. Batista's one of Triple H's biggest rivals from his Evolution days. They could use the whole storyline is that Triple H found this guy and he didn't really create him, but he molded him into the man he is today. And they could use the storyline if he left WWE to go off and make movies. You probably don't want to mention the mixed martial arts stuff. That was pretty bad. But you can mention that he went off and he made this big movie with Marvel, and then he's becoming a movie star, much like The Rock is. And just play off the Evolution shit and just say that he's the one guy out there that beat Triple H at WrestleMania 21, and he could do it again. Anybody else out there, I think there's no chance in hell. Unless, Vince gets fucking Flair to come back for one more show. Even then, I'm not sure that makes a whole lot of sense. People want Hogan to come back for one more show if he was to leave. But would Vince put Hogan, as a heel up against Triple H? I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But Brock Lesnar, Batista. Those are my two picks. Have fun, everybody. Peace out.